Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to the second episode of Project Ozone 3, CHUNKLOCKED. And you may notice a couple of things have changed. So the reason for this is I ended up actually recording a bunch of the second episode yesterday morning, but I was so tired and I sounded so groggy and it wasn't very good that I ended up actually scrapping all of the recordings, and we're going to start right here. So I can run you through the things that I did really quickly, and then we can pick up where we're at now. So quickly in between episodes, I made these coke ovens, which are super cheap, and an alloy can, which is also super cheap. This is used to make very simple alloys like electrum and invar and stuff from immersive engineering and thermal expansion and stuff like that. I have this drawer wall now that is hooked up to 3 sets of sieves with auto sieves and a bunch of water wheels. These are fairly cheap and they didn't take very long to set up, so that's pretty cool. The drawer controller, I am collecting items with the advanced item collector, so this should only pick up items that it can feasibly put in a drawer. And I think all of these drawers are labeled with the exception of this one. This will be draconium ore pieces and the draconium chunks. These compacting drawers, they're great. They turn these ore pieces directly into chunks so I can extract out of them nice and easy. What else happened? I made a factorizer, that's a thing. So I made a couple of gears in this little guy first. I think today we're going to have to make our smeltery because I'm tired of using that thing and it's so slow. As you can see, there's a little survivalist generator up there. That is because I have, and I finally did get the chance to craft the storage scanner. So what this allows us to do is to be able to scan through all of our chests and stuff, so we can see all of our items in one unified inventory. You can just kind of pull them out, put things back in, nice and easy, and you don't even have to worry about organizing anything because it's all right here, and you can like search for, I want blaze rods. There's blaze rods, and pull them out, put them back in. It's awesome. You can also craft, so let's say I want blaze powder. Just stick that in there, and I want one. It crafts me the one recipe, which is perfect. So yeah, this thing is amazing, and I put it up here so it'll be able to reach all of our chests downstairs, and any that I put above for the time being. So that's everything that I did in between. I moved another portal up here so it's not in the way of this sifting setup, and that's about it. So let me spend a couple of minutes trying to figure out where we need to go next. I do think the next step is a drawer wall for that, and so we can fully automate that. But that'll take 10 minutes. So let me think about what's next on the agenda. Probably power. So I decided to upgrade these small storage crates, these chests to small storage crates. So now they have actually a disgusting amount of storage space. They are not small by any means, but I also have, if you notice, these red alloy ingots, which will come in handy in just a moment, to make the remote storage scanner. So what I can do now is craft these into 1, 2, 3, and then craft these into this storage tablet. That should be it. And now I think I just place it right here, don't I? Yeah. And then I do that. No, I don't have enough energy. So I do need a way to charge this. So I need a charger of some sort. I don't know if this one works. Let me take a look through and see what actually works to charge this. I'm going to attempt the applied energistics charger, and that requires some flukes. So I just have to put those 3 things together. And I get a bunch of flukes crystals, which is about as far into applied energistics as I get for a long time. And there we go. There's a charger. And let me just go ahead and see if this is going to work. It appears as though the answer is no, which is really unfortunate. So I don't know how to charge this thing right now. Okay, there's one engineer's workbench because, and of course there's a quest sound, I have decided it is now time to get into immersive engineering, not immersive engineering, thermal expansion, which requires me to go through immersive engineering a little bit, and also magnetocraft a little bit, because I need to get these light engineering blocks to make the machine frames. And I need to do ineffable glass, which is a bunch of steps, but it's actually not that bad. I'm just going to craft up a ton of these all at once, and we shouldn't have to worry for a while. So the first step was this engineer's workbench. I'm going to now need a blueprint, which is the components, crafting components, which is this one. So I think I definitely can make this one. I'm gonna have to check. I should probably get a sugarcane thing going. I don't know how I'd get sugarcane right now. Well, actually I do, but I just don't want to do it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the hunting dimension, try to find a village, and steal either their sugarcane or their bookshelves, which should get me what I need. And there's a village. They spawn way up there for some reason, which is not very cool, but you know, it's better than, oh, I'm almost dead. Darn it. And I spawn all the way up in the air for some reason. But this, I guess, gives me a chance to show off a cool mechanic as well with this gravestone mod. If you have an ender pearl, you can go directly back to your grave. Just teleport straight back to it. Just like that. And there's all our stuff, and we're in the exact same place we were just in. And here we are, right at the village. Now, let me see. Is there any cool village houses? This is not one of them. There's a blacksmith. Is that one right there? I think I'm gonna have to make my way over there and check. But I also see this this waystone thing, which is actually something I really want to look into. They're kind of hard to make right now for me because of the lack of materials I have, but I could set up like a couple of these every couple floors on my base and teleport directly to them, which I think would be very useful because the elevators that I plan on using to get up and down my base get very annoying once you have more than a couple of floors. So yeah, let me find some bookshelves. And it looks like this is it, everybody. Here are the bookshelves, which luckily in this mod pack can be turned directly into paper. So I'm going to home. Okay, here we are. I'll put this away for now. I'm not gonna worry too much about this, and now I have a ton of dirt, which is also cool. I also found a couple of these in a immersive engineering villager house, which is also cool, but I don't really need them right now. So what did I need paper for? Ah, yes, I remember. I need it for the blueprint, which I now should have everything to make. If I can just find it in here, like that, and craft one. Perfect. So now I think if I take copper, give me a whole stack, please, and then iron. I might have to turn this into plates, but copper and iron, it should turn directly into the iron mechanical components, which I'm going to need a lot of. Yeah, so 2 iron plates and 1 copper ingot, so I guess I'm going to be pounding on this guy for a hot second, but after that I'll have a ton of iron mechanical components. Okay, that took an outstandingly long amount of time, but here we are. 64 iron mechanical components, which are going to be used to make these light engineering blocks. And I'm going to need a lot of aluminum and a lot of copper plates. So I guess I get to go back and do some more. So let me do some math actually. So it's 2 mechanical components per 2. So I could make 64 light engineering blocks, but that would be 16 times this recipe. So that would be 64 of these and 64 tungsten. That might not be doable for me right now, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so I've set some stuff in motion. I've got some aluminum smelting up, so we can use that in a little bit. I have bronze that I made being cast into these gears, so these will be turned into these. So at this point, with the amount of bronze that I've made, this is going to be my limiting factor, I think. I can make 4 machine frames, but that allows me to make 4 basically either industrial forgoing or thermal expansion machines, which will be enough to at least get me started. I need an energizer to charge this thing up, and I'm going to need like compressors, or not, is it compressors? Something that makes plates and gears. I'm going to need one of each of those, and I don't know, probably a furnace or something. But what I need to do is go to the nether and get some lunar reactive dust. Lunar reactive dust is fairly easily spotted in the walls of the nether. It might spawn at a slightly higher Y level than I'm at right now, which would be quite unfortunate, but, oh no, it's this stuff right here. So what I should be able to do is just mine this. I'll get a bunch of this, and then I think I have to smelt it into an ingot, and then pulverize it into this or crusher it. So I think I only need 8 of it right now, so I need to find 1 more. And then we can get started on actual machines, which will be so good. I don't remember if I showed this to you guys last, or at the beginning of this episode. I made this in the part of this episode that got scrapped, but I have a crusher, and I need to crush up that to get the lunar reactive dust. But this is going to be the interesting part. This is where I need to make this special recipe for moonstones, which requires unstable ingots. I'm going to need diamonds, sticks, and iron, and the very fun part about this is that these will explode if you don't craft fast enough. So do I have any sticks? I have a disgusting amount of sticks, actually, and give me some iron. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once this finishes crushing up, actually I can do 1 recipe right now. So the way this works is, I think that's wrong. So it's like that. So look what it says. Highly unstable, will explode after 10 seconds. Will also close if the crafting window is closed or the ingot is thrown on the ground. Basically, this recipe is scary. So I need to do this and complete the craft before it's over. But it gives you a better output, which is cool. It must also be done in this crafting table. It can't be done in like one of the Tinker's Construct ones, because you can leave those and it just doesn't really work. So, you know, these are used to make the ineffable glass, which is used in the machine frames. So if I get 2 more recipes of moonstones, that should last for an incredibly long time. Okay, here we go. I've got a lot of thickened glass now, so that should become 40. I'm sorry if you can hear a siren going on in the background. Something's happening at the university right now, which is not good, I suppose. I can't even focus. Hold on. Whatever it was is now gone, but I have enough to make, I suppose, 24 light engineering blocks, which is awesome. Which means if I go here, feasibly I could make 24 machine frames, which would be perfect. In reality, that's not going to happen. I have 32 bronze gears, which is going to be decent enough to get me started, it'll be 8 machine frames, which is 8 machines, which is actually not that bad. I should have everything that I need in here, and there's 8 machine frames. I think I'm gonna get a quest thing, right? Yep, there it is. So I've done the math a little bit. I'm going to need, I mean, it's the most basic math you can do, but I've done it. I'm going to need 6 pulverizers to fully automate this. I don't think I can get the stonework factory. Yeah, I don't think I can get the stonework factories yet. Actually, no, that requires plastic and pink slime. I'm a little bit away from this, so I'm going to go ahead and go the route of 6 pulverizers, which is just this. It's really not that bad, but I am also going to need an induction smelter, 2 compactors, and an energetic infuser. So first things first, I'm going to make this energetic infuser so I can make my storage tablet, because I really like having portable inventories. And then I think, with the exception, compactors next, and then I'll get on the pulverizers. I'm gonna need to make more machine frames. I am making more bronze right now, so I already have 60 in here. So if I just wait 10 seconds, I can get 64, toss it right in there, and yep, it's in my inventory. Toss it right in here, and I will be able to make 4 more machine frames, which should be enough to get us to the end of this episode. However, these machines are not free. I'm going to need power. So what I think I'm going to do actually is make maybe like 4 magnetic dynamos and use that to power for the foreseeable future. It might be a big grind. I'm going to need a lot of steel, but if I get this done now, I won't have to worry about it for a very long time, because these things can produce 2,000 something RF per tick at like max upgrades and everything, which shouldn't be that hard to get into, which is actually, it's 8,000 something altogether. That would be an incredible amount of RF, so that is the plan. I think the way I am going to use this bottom layer is I'm going to cut it up into layers. So I'm going to have like a little bottom layer down here with like storage and just like this random stuff, and I will need a ladder, but I'll put a ladder to up here, and I'll put my first machines right here, and I'll probably wrap that around and make these accessible by hand. But I think that'll be a nice way to like kind of make this look like a cool space, and also make it very accessible for machines and later an ME system. Okay, here we go. That should be everything I need for the energetic infuser. So what I can do is I set this little thing up. I enjoy building in this series. I am all about efficiency though, so building will be second to all. But what I want to do just for the time being is shove this here. I guess I can throw some wood in there, and this should get power, which I can then just go and toss that in, and it's getting RF. So it's not fully charged, but I need to go link it now to this guy. Bam. Nope. Link it to that guy. Yep. Like that. And now, what? Excuse me. Okay, it turns out this is the one I need, and it looks like it's not that bad to craft. I don't have an ink sac. Do I have any type of black dye? Turns out this wither dust can be used as a dye, so there we go. I can just do that, and then I craft it with this, and we can access our storage terminal anywhere. I think it takes about 100 RF per operation, or every time I open it, so it's not the cheapest, but it's also not very expensive. The problem is it just doesn't hold very much RF. I think it's maybe 20,000. I'm not sure. I'm gonna let this charge, and I'll be right back. So here's something really cool if you've never played this pack before and are having trouble with steel. If you take charcoal and hit it with this stone hammer, which is super easy to make, it's just made with this basically, you can turn it into these tiny charcoals, and then when they are used in the induction smelter with, so 4 of these plus 1 piece of iron turns into steel. Let me see if I can find that recipe really fast. Here it is. 4 tiny charcoal plus 1 iron ingot turns into 1 piece of steel. So you don't have to use the blast furnace from Immersive Engineering all the time. You can instead use this very, very easy recipe. You just need a little bit of power, which is the main issue, isn't it? Because this induction smelter isn't cheap to run, and it's going to be slow with the Survivalist generator. I might make like 10 of these for the time being, so I can get like 50 RF a tick, just for like a bare minimum until I can get one of these. Also, I'm running really low on redstone. However, I did happen to find a fortune book when I was exploring one of the nether fortresses, so hopefully with fortune on this pickaxe I can make this 16 redstone I found in the nether go a lot farther. I guess it got sucked into here. Oh, that gave me a stack and a half. That's actually kind of awesome. So now what I can do is I can make those survivalist generators that I said I was going to make. I have 8, which is a lot for my generators, but it's only going to make me 45 RF per tick, which is almost nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove a stack of wood into each of these, and that should last approximately forever. That's part of the thing about these survivalist generators. They're incredibly slow. They make 5 RF a tick. However, they are extremely fuel efficient. They're probably one of the most fuel efficient generators in the entire game. It's just you would need so many of them to keep up with any like reasonable base or like expansion of power, so no one uses them. And with this little reception coil, I am now on my way to making the induction smelter, which is a quest. It's also the thing that I need to make my first bit of steel. So it uses 40 RF a tick, which is actually less than we're producing. So we are having a slight gain on RF per tick while we're producing the steel. So hopefully I can produce a stack of steel. I'm going to put a chest and auto insert and extract from the top. Do I have any chests? Oh, I have a ton of chests. So what I should be able to do is, if I grabbed a bit more iron, because I used some up somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where, but there we go. I should be able to put all of my charcoal in here, all my iron in there, and it will just continue refilling itself until it makes a bunch of steel. So that's perfect. I'm gonna let this run, and I might get started on making some of these pulverizers. The main reason I am waiting for these pulverizers is because of the steel issue. But I need to make some pistons, which are not the easiest thing to create, so I might get on that. And here is a very special moment. I can now make... Never mind, I cannot now make... Oh god, I was so close. But I did make these, so I'm not actually in that bad of a space. I can make my first compactor now. Perfect. However, that compactor that I made is absolutely useless without the one thing that I actually need it for, which is this gear working die, and bam. So what I can do is toss this into the... Oh no. I need an upgrade kit, I think? Yeah. So I'm going to need to make one of these hardened upgrade kits. I think I might actually just be able to make that. Oh, I can. That's amazing. So I do that. I put the augment in right there, and now, instead of just, like, making plates, it makes gears, which is sick. So now I don't have to use this stupid thing anymore. I also made another factorizer and compactor, and I just need to change these settings so they push-pull, and this is going to be my plate press. So I'm not going to put anything in there for now, because I don't have enough energy to supply like an auxiliary upgrade, which increases the speed but also increases the energy usage. I just can't. I'm only producing 45 a tick, so this is not enough. However, these two machines right here make everything so much faster and easier, so I'm well on my way to getting, wait, did I upgrade you? No, I didn't. I have upgrade kits for those two. I'm well on my way to getting into magma production. Not magma production. Energy production using magma. Yes, that's the thing. Okay, guys, it's been some time. I'm in the middle of microcrafting heck, but I'm getting incredibly close to the magmatic dynamos. However, I think it's time for this to die. So, I'm going to clean up this space just a little bit, and hopefully I can make this look a little bit more appealing and decorate it while I'm waiting for some crafting to finish up. It has also finally come that time where I'm comfortable enough in my iron stores that I can upgrade these cobblestone generators to the second tier. Also, I want to say that I am very sorry if randomly I just cut out when one of those sounds or the like chime starts playing for a quest completion. They're so loud, I don't want them in the video, and I'd rather just like cut it out for the time being and then come back to what I'm saying in a little bit. But I'm just about done. I'm gonna start crafting these in just a moment, and I'll bring you back when it's time. Alright, here it is, the final press of the button, and now we have 4 magmatic dynamos, which is so cool, and also apparently not a quest. However, that does mean I can do this finally and get rid of these bad boys. And here comes my first pulverizer. I've actually had to go ahead and set these guys back up again because I need to run this pulverizer for a little bit because I need to pulverize some obsidian in order to get... Wow, is that going to take that long? God dang. I need to run this for a little bit to get pulverized obsidian to melt with pulverized lead, or pulverized... Nope, that's not right. Pulverized lead to get some of this hardened glass so I can make pressurized fluid conduits. So I can pump the lava up here. I want pressurized fluid conduits because they transfer a lot faster than the normal fluid conduits, and they don't obey the laws of gravity like normal ones do. And with these last few touches, I can now run all my magmatic dynamos. So the last thing I want to do with these guys is I already upgraded one of them, but I want to upgrade the other 3 as well. Oh no. I have a couple pieces of bronze left. I can go in here and quickly create a gear. And I don't have any power problems, which is so sick. Power is one of the hardest things at the beginning of this pack, and I'm really glad to have it set up by the end of the episode. So yeah, there we go. Alright guys, I think that's actually going to be all the time that I have for this episode today. I spent a good couple hours on this video, and it may not seem like it, but there's been a lot of microcrafting today, and it's taken quite a bit of time. At the beginning of the next episode, I plan to fully automate this with the other pulverizers, set up the drawer thing for that. I know I said I'd do it this episode, I didn't get around to it, and then move further into the tech tree. Hopefully I can get some automation going that will allow us to reach into the sort of mid-game of this pack and out of the early game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.